Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss the most important MCQs of friction from engineering mechanics, which have been asked in various competitive exams like RRB JEE and SSC JEE. So let us start our video. Our first question is, the coefficient of friction depends on area of contact, shape of surfaces, nature of surfaces, or strength of surfaces. The right answer for this question is part C, nature of surfaces. Coefficient of friction depend करता है nature of surfaces पे, that is, it is smoothness or roughness. Coefficient of friction does not depend on area and shape of surfaces. It only depends on nature, that is material of the contact surfaces. It is smoothness or roughness. So right answer is part C, nature of surfaces. Area of surfaces is wrong. Shape of surface is wrong. Right answer is part C. Now we will move to our next question. The ratio of limiting friction and the normal reaction is known as angle of friction, angle of repose, coefficient of friction, or sliding friction. The right answer for this question is part C, coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction is the ratio of limiting friction and normal reaction. We can say it is equal to F by N. So here we are asked ratio of limiting friction and normal reaction. So answer is part C, coefficient of friction. You should also remember that coefficient of friction depends on type of material only. It does not depend on shape or area of the contact surfaces. It only depends on type of material like smoothness and roughness of the material. Now we will move to our next question. A body of mass 16 kg is accelerating at 5 meter per second square. What is the external force acting on the body if coefficient of friction is 0.25 and gravity is 10 meter per second square? Options are 180 Newton, 100 Newton, 120 Newton, or 80 Newton. The right answer for this question is part C, 120 Newton. Here we can see in the figure, F is the external force applied, mg is the force due to weight, and R is the normal reaction perpendicular to the surface of the body, and mu R is the frictional force opposite to the force applied. Since the external applied force and the frictional force act in opposite direction, so when we calculate the horizontal components, it becomes F minus mu R equal to total acceleration ma. On equating the vertical components, we get normal reaction is equal to weight of the body, that is R equal to mg. We can put the value of R here equal to mg. We get equation F is equal to mu mg equal to ma. Now we will put the values and get the answer. So we get the answer 120 Newton. So right answer is part C, 120 Newton. Now we will move to our next question. A body is resting on a plane inclined at 30 degrees to horizontal. What force is required to slide it down if the coefficient of friction is 0.3? The options are 0, 1 Newton, 5 Newton, or 3. The right answer for this question is part A, 0. मैं डायग्राम को थोड़ा सा जूम करता हूँ. The angle between normal and resultant is the friction angle denoted by phi. This is the inclination angle given in the question, that is 30 degree. ऐसे क्वेश्चंस में हमें दोनों एंगल्स के वैल्यूज को कंपेयर करना है, दैट इज फ्रिक्शन एंगल को कंपेयर करना है विद द इंक्लिनेशन एंगल थीटा. हमारे पास फार्मूला है म्यू इक्वल टू tan phi मीन्स phi इज इक्वल टू tan इनवर्स म्यू. जब हम इसका फाई का वैल्यू निकालेंगे फ्रिक्शन एंगल हमारे पास 16 डिग्री आता है। तो हमारे पास फाई का वैल्यू 16 डिग्री आया और इंक्लिनेशन एंगल क्वेश्चन में दिया है 30 डिग्री, मीन्स इंक्लिनेशन एंगल इज ग्रेटर देन द फ्रिक्शन एंगल। ऐसे क्वेश्चंस में हमें दो केसेस बनते हैं। अगर इंक्लिनेशन एंगल ग्रेटर होगा फ्रिक्शन एंगल से तो बॉडी अपने आप ही स्लाइड डाउन करेगी, हमें एक्सटर्नल फोर्स लगाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। जब इंक्लिनेशन एंगल ज़्यादा होगा, हमें यहाँ पे इंक्लिनेशन एंगल ज़्यादा है, मीन्स हमें एक्सटर्नल फोर्स लगाने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं। सो आंसर इज पार्ट ए 0, नो एक्सटर्नल फोर्स इज रिक्वायर्ड। नाउ वी विल मूव टू आवर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। Column friction is the friction between solid and liquids, two lubricated surfaces, bodies having relative motion, or two dry surfaces. The right answer for this question is part D, two dry surfaces. Coulomb's law of sliding friction can represent the most fundamental and simplest model of friction between two dry contacting surfaces. So we can say option D is the right answer. Now we will move to our next question. The maximum inclination of plane at which the body remains in equilibrium due to friction is called angle of friction, cone of friction, coefficient of friction, or angle of repose. The right answer for this question is part D, angle of repose. सपोज ये हमारे पास यहाँ पे फ्रिक्शन एंगल है नॉर्मल के साथ, जिसको हम फाई से डिनोट करते हैं, और ये हमारे पास इंक्लिनेशन एंगल है थीटा। मोर द वैल्यू ऑफ इंक्लिनेशन एंगल, मोर द बॉडी विल टेंड टू स्लाइड डाउन। एक पॉइंट आएगा जहाँ पे इंक्लिनेशन एंगल थीटा बराबर होगा फ्रिक्शन एंगल फाई के बराबर। उस पॉइंट पे हम इस इंक्लिनेशन एंगल को एंगल ऑफ रिपोज कहते हैं। यहाँ हमें क्वेश्चन में कहा है मैक्सिमम इंक्लिनेशन एट विच द बॉडी रिमेन्स इन इक्विलिब्रियम, सो आंसर इज डी पार्ट, एंगल ऑफ रिपोज। आई होप आपको ये समझ आया होगा। नाउ वी विल मूव टू आवर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। A body of weight 200 Newton is placed on rough horizontal plane if the coefficient of friction between body and the horizontal plane is 0.3. Determine the horizontal force required to just slide the body on plane is 60 Newton, 90 Newton, 120 Newton, or 30 Newton. The right answer for this question is part A, 60 Newton. We can see in the figure F is the external applied force, mu N is the frictional force. These two forces are in opposite direction. N is the normal reaction and W is the weight of the body. Here we are given weight is 200 Newton. On comparing the horizontal components, we get F equal to mu N. But on comparing the vertical component, we get N is equal to the weight. Means we can put the value of N equal to 200. So we get the value of force is 60 Newton. Part A is the right answer. Now we will move to our next question. Rolling friction is more than static friction, more than kinetic friction, less than kinetic friction, or equal to static friction. The right answer for this question is part C, less than kinetic friction. You need to remember this. Static friction is always greater than kinetic friction and kinetic friction is always greater than rolling friction. Now we can compare the given statements. Rolling friction is more than static friction. No, this is wrong. More than kinetic friction. No, wrong. Less than kinetic friction. Yes. So part C is the right answer for this question. Now we will move to our next question. The ratio of static friction to dynamic friction is always greater than 1, less than 1, equal to 1, or half. The right answer for this question is part A, greater than 1. As we have seen in the previous question, static friction is always greater than dynamic friction. When we see their ratio, static friction is always greater than dynamic friction, means this ratio will be always greater than 1. So option A is the right answer, greater than 1. Now we will move to our next question. The friction acting on a body which is just on the point of sliding is called static friction, dynamic friction, limiting friction, or rolling friction. The right answer for this question is part C, limiting friction. Friction acting on a body that is just on a point of sliding is called limiting friction. It is the maximum static friction that comes into play when the body is about to move over another surface. So part C is the right answer, limiting friction.